Italy's highest court decides today if Amanda Knox will face another murder trial. In 2011, she was released after nearly 4 years in an Italian prison. The former exchange student from Seattle was found not guilty of killing her roommate. CBS News legal analyst Jack Ford is here. Good morning.
Charlie, good morning.
What is going on here?
This is one of those situations where we've talked about how different the Italian justice system is from the U.S. justice system. And in the last round, it was very beneficial to Amanda Knox because she got on an appeal. Different from our system. Our system on appeal, essentially a panel of judges takes a look at the record below and decides what they're going to do.
No new facts.
She got a brand new trial, start to finish. New witnesses, new lawyers, new decisions. And the second time around, they said not guilty. Now, the Supreme Court of Italy, and there's where, again, it's different from us. Because in our system, if you're found not guilty after a trial, prosecution can't appeal anything.
Right.
Here they can. So it's going back into the hopper, if you will, and now the Italian Supreme Court is going to make some decisions as to whether this thing might go back for trial.
So what exactly are they looking for?
Well, what they look to is whether there were errors during the course of the trial. And very similar now to our system in terms of the Supreme Court looks to were there legal errors or not. As I said, the difference is if they decide there were, then they send it back for a new trial. They don't send her back to jail.
Right.
They don't go back to the result of the first trial. They send her back for yet another new trial, as opposed to our Supreme Court, where they wouldn't be handling a case where somebody was already found not guilty at the end of a trial.
In the scheme of things, why is this so important? Why do they keep going back to it?
You know, it's interesting. It's such a high-profile case. And if you're a prosecutor, and I was a prosecutor, I understand it, you've got to take every step that's available to you. And at the end, if the Italian Supreme Court throws that out, the prosecution didn't fail. They did their job. They took it to each level that they're allowed to do. But, you know, prosecutor, if you got a conviction first time around, and there's an acquittal second time around, it's kind of hard for the prosecution, if they believe that that first conviction was legitimate, to say, okay, we'll just let it go.
So if they rule against her, what are the chances? Because her boyfriend still lives in Italy. She is now back in the States. What are the chances that she will have to go back to Italy?
Pretty slim, Gail. First of all, if I'm her lawyer, I'm saying, you're not going back there voluntarily. Yeah. And I'd be terribly surprised if the U.S. would agree to extradite her back to Italy because of all the fundamental problems that were part of that first trial. So I think even if the Italian Supreme Court says, yes, we're going to do it again, I don't imagine you're going to see Amanda Knox back there doing it again.
Is there a consensus among smart people that she did this or didn't do this?
I don't know enough smart people, actually, that I need to. It's a few guys. I'd have to take a poll of you two as my smart friends. You know, Charlie, I think most people after the second trial came to the point where we're not convinced she had anything to do with that. It's hard for people to say definitively one way or another.
Yeah, and we should say it's her former boyfriend. He's no longer her current boyfriend.
Yeah, but you're still you're not my former smart friends. You're still my very smart friends.
I'll take
you would know that fact, wouldn't you?
Yes, I would. I followed that case very closely. Thank you, Jack.